remained at the forefront of discussions about the tragedy. The emotional toll on the families was profound. Many faced uncertainty and anxiety about the fate of their loved ones. The lengthy search process only deepened their pain as they waited for news. The families of the passengers and crew members sought closure, hoping for answers that would help them understand what had transpired on that ill-fated flight. In time, the families became advocates for improved aviation safety and tracking technologies. They emphasized the need for better systems to prevent similar tragedies in the future. Their voices became a driving force in discussions about aviation regulations, and they sought to honor the memories of their loved ones by pushing for change. Wreckages found over the years. While the main wreckage of MH370 has never, the flaperon was a significant discovery as it was the first confirmed piece of MH370 to be identified. The flaperon was recovered by local authorities and later examined by experts who confirmed its origin through serial numbers that matched those of the missing aircraft. The discovery of the flaperon brought a sense of hope that more debris could be found, and it indicated that the plane had indeed crashed into the ocean. Following the discovery of the flaperon, several other pieces of debris were found along the shores of the Indian Ocean. In 2016, another important piece was discovered in Mozambique by a beachgoer. This piece was identified as a part of the horizontal stabilizer, which is located at the tail of the aircraft. Like the flaperon, this piece was also identified through thorough analysis and examination. The finding in Mozambique confirmed that the wreckage was consistent with the design and construction of Boeing 777 aircraft. This discovery added to the growing list of confirmed debris, but still did not provide conclusive evidence about the crash site or the circumstances leading to the disappearance. In 2019, a piece identified as a part of the aircraft's wing was discovered on Pemba Island, off the coast of Tanzania. This piece was also analyzed and confirmed to be from MH370. The discovery of debris in Tanzania added to the understanding of the potential drift patterns of debris in the Indian Ocean. Scientists and oceanographers studied ocean currents and wind patterns to better understand how pieces of the aircraft could have traveled from the crash site to various shores. The discoveries of these pieces of wreckage have provided crucial insights into the flight's tragic end. It's focused on the southern Indian Ocean, where experts believed the aircraft had gone down based on satellite data. The search area was vast, covering more than 120,000 square kilometers of ocean. Various countries, including Australia, Malaysia, and China, collaborated in the search efforts, deploying ships, planes, and underwater drones to locate the wreckage. Despite the extensive search efforts, the main wreckage was never found. The search was officially suspended in 2018 after no significant discoveries were made in the designated search area. This decision was met with frustration and disappointment from the families of the passengers and crew members who continue to hold out hope for answers about the fate of their loved ones. The pieces of debris that have been found have not only helped to confirm that MH370 crashed into the ocean, but have also raised questions about the circumstances surrounding its death. MH370 cannot be overstated. Each new discovery brought with it a mixture of hope and despair. Families yearned for closure, wanting to understand what had happened to their loved ones. The pieces of wreckage served as tangible reminders of the tragedy and the ongoing quest for answers. In recent years, there have been renewed efforts to locate MH370, with some private companies expressing interest in conducting further searches. These efforts have been met with cautious optimism from families and the public who continue to seek closure. The hope is that new technology and methodologies may lead to the discovery of the main wreckage, which could provide definitive answers.
Number 1. The astonishing new revelation. In a breakthrough that redefines the search for Malaysian Flight MH370, new research suggests the plane's final resting place might be in an area pre-WSPRnet data. WSPRnet, a system used by amateur radio operators, captures signals that travel vast distances, sometimes bouncing off the ionosphere. Remarkably, these signals can be influenced by large objects disrupting their path, such as an aircraft. The team hypothesized that MH370 could have interfered with these signals during its unknown journey. The analysis of these signals, juxtaposed with Boeing's aviation expertise and the University of Western Australia's oceanographic data, led to a potential breakthrough. By meticulously tracing the disruptions in the radio signal patterns, researchers were able to chart a new possible path for MH370. This path significantly deviates from previous search areas, leading investigators to a remote part of the Indian Ocean, west of Perth. The implications of this discovery are ending a years-long saga of uncertainty and speculation. The possibility that the wreckage could lie in this new area reignites hope for solving one of the most baffling aviation mysteries of the 21st century. Number 2, MH370's unexpected final hours. In the case of Malaysian Flight MH370, the final hours before its disappearance are shrouded in mystery and complexity. The flight, which vanished on March 8, 2014, left a trail of unanswered questions. Beginning with its last ACARS, Aircraft Communications Addressing and Reporting System, message. This message, received at 1:07 a.m., showed nothing unusual, giving no hint of the impending enigma. Typically, ACARS transmits data about the aircraft's health to the airline, but in MH370's case, the communication ended abruptly. The next deactivation or failure is crucial. Without it, the plane essentially became invisible to civilian radar systems. This is a critical point, as it suggests either a technical failure or a deliberate act to avoid detection. What deepens the mystery is the military radar data. After the transponder went silent, military radar continued to track MH370. It was observed making a sharp turn to the west, deviating significantly from its planned route to Beijing. This unexpected maneuver led the aircraft across the Malay Peninsula, far from its intended path. The nature of this deviation is alarming and unusual, indicating either an unforeseen emergency or a deliberate redirection of the plane. This series of events, from the last ACARS message to the radar-detected deviation, paints a picture of a flight that transitioned abruptly from routine to extraordinary. Enigmatic detail significantly alters our understanding of the flight's final hours. After MH370 dropped off radar screens, it wasn't simply lost to the abyss of the unknown. It continued to engage in a ghostly dance with technology, sending signals to an Inmarsat satellite. This ongoing communication is a critical piece of evidence. It suggests that the aircraft wasn't immediately destroyed or incapacitated. Instead, it continued to fly, possibly under deliberate control. The fact that these satellite communications were intermittent raises further questions. Were they automatic responses? Or was someone actively managing the aircraft's systems? This detail shifts the narrative from a sudden catastrophe to a scenario where the plane might have been under someone's guidance, moving towards a destination unknown to anyone but the person in control. This 6-hour window of satellite pings is not just a technical MH370's disappearance. These satellite communications are a crucial puzzle piece. They have shifted the search efforts, guided investigative theories, and continue to fuel the debate over what really happened to this ill-fated flight. This ongoing mystery, underlined by these baffling 6 hours of satellite connections, continues to captivate and horrify the world, remaining one of the most chilling aviation mysteries in history. Number 4. Unveiling the flight path anomalies. In the perplexing case of Malaysian Flight MH370, one of the most startling aspects was the aircraft's significant deviation from its intended flight path, a mystery that has fueled numerous theories and left experts bewildered. Initially, MH370 was scheduled to fly from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing, a routine path traversed daily. However, shortly after takeoff, something unprecedented occurred. Radar data revealed that instead of following its northeast trajectory towards Beijing, MH370 veered sharply